Hey, Freedom and Liberation community. I'm Shaquita, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about doors and opportunities. Yes, doors and opportunities. So this year, since January, the Lord has been speaking to me about doors. Doors are opportunity. So even last month, February the 24th to be exact, I had a dream, and the interpretation of the dream was concerning doors and opportunities, and about how we have to be very discerning on what doors we go through. We have to be very prayerful about what doors we go through. We have to be in God's divine alignment to go through the door that we need to go through. So in a dream, I was on an interstate, and I was shopping or looking for this particular store. And it's many of these types of stores, but I was looking for something in particular. So the dream starts off with me driving, and I'm on the interstate, and I look to the right, and there's this big store, the kind of store that I want to go to, and it was huge. And I was like, yes, and it was right by the interstate. I was like, yes, I want to go to that one. I want to go to that store right there. So on this particular interstate, it was like no exit in front of the store, but it was like little cutoffs. But the cutoffs were so sharp, and it was two cutoffs. So every time I got up on the cutoff, it was too sharp, and I got on it too fast, and I wasn't able to turn. So I passed by both of them. So I done passed by the store that I really want to go to, this huge store, and I get to this intersection. And this intersection is like many different roads, to the left, to the right, different interstates, different signs, just a whole bunch of, like, it's just this intersection, like this crossroad. So I get to the crossroad, and I'm still thinking about this store, and I'm like, okay, should I take one of these roads and just pray and hope that I get back to the store? And I was just like, just thinking it over, trying to figure it out. But I was like, no, I'm not going to. It looks like these roads take me to a different interstate. And I was like, I'm not trying to get to a different interstate. I'm just trying to get back to that store that's like literally right back there. So I decided not to take the road, but to keep going straight ahead, because I was like, if I take one of these roads, I'm more than likely going to get lost. So I don't want to get lost. So I keep going straight. I go through the intersection, and I come across another store, but like the store that I want to go to. So this store is smaller though. It's smaller. So I pull up. I didn't see any cars or anything. I pull up, get out, and everything. Look at the sign. They're closed. Okay. Instead of me just getting in the car, I'm still sitting at the store, like at the door. I'm looking through the window and everything, as if somebody is in there, or maybe they're about to open. But the sign clearly says that it is closed, and it's nobody in the parking lot. No cars, no vehicles, no nothing. And I'm just sitting there as if the door's just going to miraculously open and I can go in. So I finally leave, and I get in the car, and I go straight ahead again, and I come across the third store, the third and the last store. So I get to this store, and I walk in, and immediately I'm greeted by the owner. The owner is so nice, and the store is just amazing. Like, the owner is nice, he's friendly, he's helpful, he's very intentional. I'm looking around the store, and I just see how intentional he is. Like, everything is placed, and the lighting is just perfect, and everything is placed where it needs to be placed. So the experience is just great. And while I'm in this store and I'm looking around, I run into this lady, this real nice, friendly older lady, and we're just talking, talking about the store, just like that. And she ended up introducing me to one of her family members. And so I get introduced to the family members, shake their hand, whatever, and that's how the dream ended. So I sit with God sit with God about the dream, give it back to God, pray for the Holy Spirit to give me the interpretation. So the interpretation is that the right doors will bring joy. The right doors from God will bring joy. Not only that, but the right doors from God will allow for opportunities to present themselves, okay? The right doors from God will bring joy and opportunities. So be prayerful and discerning. So the first big store on the side of the interstate represent a door that it looks good from the outside. It looks like everything you've been praying for, everything you want, but it's not from God. It's big and it's puffed up, but it's not from God. And with me trying to take these cut off and kept on missing them, that was God's protection. God was telling me no, but I wasn't perceiving it. I wasn't discerning it. Like, no, this is not the store. This is not the door you need to go to. So stop trying to go. Stop looking back. Don't look to the left or to the right. Keep straight. And God will show you the door. Be patient. God will show you the door. The counterfeit always comes before the promise, okay? So that was the counterfeit. That was not from God. And God was telling me, or the interpretation was like, God allows us to pass past our past for a reason, okay? That store that I passed by that's in my past now. I'm keeping my eyes on God and I'm going straight, okay? We're not looking back. God said, don't look to the left or to the right. Keep straight. Keep your eyes on God, because there are always going to be distractions. There are always going to be counterfeits. So keep your eyes on God. Keep going straight. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't look at it because it's so big and beautiful and look exactly like what you prayed for. No, be prayerful. Be discernment. No, be discerning. Excuse me. Have discernment in every decision, okay? And then when I got to the intersection, there was just like a crossroad in my life where everyone comes to a crossroad in your life, and you can take many different roads. But when you're on this spiritual journey and you're, committed to God and you're in covenant with God and you're surrendered to God, you have to keep straight. There are always going to be crossroads in your life where you can go to the left, you can go to the right. But if you decide at this crossroad that you want to turn around or you want to go to the left and the right, is dangerous. Getting off that road that God has you on to try to take a shortcut or try to go back to the past is very dangerous, and you will get lost. And when I say lost, I mean lost in the world, because God has you on this path. He has you on this journey, and it's very intentional, and He has you are where you need to be. So stay on that path of righteousness. Pray, be patient. God has you going around this mountain again for a reason. Just be patient. God knows what He's doing, and God knows what's ahead of you. God knows what will happen if you go to the left or to the right, or if you turn around. So keep your eyes on Jesus. Don't turn to the left or right. That rejection is God's protection. So you might be a little hurt because you thought that's what it was supposed to be. That was the opportunity from God, but it wasn't. It was counterfeit. It was not of God. God's rejection is God's protection. He's trying to protect you. That's why He allowed me to pass by the cutoffs. While I was still trying to go back, He allowed me to keep on past. I couldn't turn to save my life. But I came to an intersection where I could have. God gives us free will, so I could have turned around easily. Got lost and probably never ended up at the store I wanted to end up at because I got lost in the world. So, yes, looking to the left or to the right, or trying to go back to the past, or trying to go through doors that are not from God will get you lost in this world real quick. So, yes, don't turn to the left or to the right. Keep your eyes on God. So the second store that I actually went to and pulled up to that was closed. Now that one is different. So God is saying, don't try to open or reopen doors that He has closed. So that store was closed for a reason. That door was closed for a reason. He said, don't try to open or reopen doors that He's closed. Like, even in a dream, I was like peeping through the window as if somebody was in there. Don't try to force it. Don't try to open doors that God has closed. And He's also said in the interpretation, don't look at the door too long either. Like, don't even look at it too long, because you get all in your emotions and everything. If God closed the door, God let you know that He closed the door, keep on going. Like, when I came to that second store and I didn't see no vehicles and I saw the big old closed sign, I shouldn't even get out the car. I shouldn't even park. I should just pulled up, looked at the sign, and kept on going. But I got out. I'm looking through the window. I'm pulling at the knob. You know, I'm trying to make things happen. So don't stay looking at that door too long. Don't try to figure out why it's closed or anything like that. If God closed it for a reason, keep going forward. Keep your eyes on God. So I get back on the road and I go a little further and I come to the third store. Now this is the store that's just awesome. I was greeted by the owner and all the things. Like, it was just everything I needed. So the right doors from God will bring joy. It will bring peace. It will flow. Like, as soon as I walked in the door, I was greeted. Everything was beautiful. The owner was so intentional. Like, God is so intentional. So that door that he has you waiting for is everything you need and more than you can ask for or pray for. That door is everything because it's from God, and God is so intentional, and he's not trying to make you just wait forever or try to hurt your feelings or anything, but he is working everything out behind the scenes. So if you stay on path with God, you stay in his divine flow, you stay prayed up, you keep on praying for discernment, you don't look to the left or to the right, don't try to go back to your past, don't try to force doors open that God has obviously closed. Don't do it. Like, just wait on the Lord, because the right doors will bring joy. Not only that, it will bring the right opportunities. Like, as soon as I got in the store, I'm filled with joy. Like, this is everything I pray for right here. I'm finding what I need. But not only that I find and enjoy the whole experience. I was, divinely connected to a divine connection for opportunity. So I was able to meet someone. So it was an opportunity that God set up. So if you go through the right doors, the opportunities will open. They will present themselves. Okay? The opportunities will present themselves. So do what the Lord is telling you to do. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right, don't look to the past. Don't try to take matters into your own hands. When you get to a crossroad and decisions have to be made, pray for wisdom. Pray for wisdom. Pray for wisdom. And there's many desires, but wisdom outweighs all of that. Wisdom will get you everywhere you need to be. Wisdom will be at the door waiting for you, because you prayed for wisdom. Like, Lord, let me be wise in this decision. Lord, is this wise to go through this door? Lord, is this door from you? Or is it a counterfeit? Or is it from something else? So this year is going to be a lot of open doors. A lot of open doors. But we have to be very prayerful and discerning. We have to be in our word. We have to seek God. We have to sit with God about these opportunities, because the counterfeits are going to come. The devil is going to try to distract you. Your past is going to start calling. But like the interpretation said, God allows you to pass your past for a reason. So don't look back. So I hope this is a blessing. Remember, we're walking in freedom and liberation. Freedom. We're not going to be yoked to the past. We're not going to be yoked to the world. We're not going to be yoked to doors that are not from God and get into a whole situation. No, we're going to walk in freedom through Jesus Christ, because we trust him. We standing on faith, remember. We standing on faith. All right, now have a blessed day.